So, welcome back to In the Question podcast, whereby we deal with the question about life, faith, and everything between. My name is Erickson, and today's topic will be about finances. And last time we had talked about budgeting, so we'll be kind of taking over from budgeting to savings. Yeah, so tune in. So welcome back again, and today we'll be talking about finances and matters to do with savings. So I'm your host Eric, and today nimejoiniwa na Karis. He's a CPA and he will be guiding us on this topic about savings. So Karis,
yes,
welcome on board.
Thank you.
And I would like you to explain to us what savings are.
Okay. So thanks for having me back on the set to continue the conversation. And I think tuliachia place tulisema mtu nafaa set funds aside for savings and for investments. And I think today we shall dive into the details of those two.
Okay.
Now from our budgeting formula, tulina mtu nafaa save 10%.
Yeah, very true. 10%. Yeah.
So the question is, 10% your income, utai save wapi?
Save up. Yeah, that's the question.
And in the market kuna various avenues zenye mtu anaweza save. Each has its own disadvantages na advantages.
Okay.
So tuanza na the basic one. Tuanza na the basic one that is commonly known.
Okay, what if we first of all list them, then from there we'll go explaining them one by one.
Okay.
I think that could be easier for everyone to understand.
Tuanza na M-Pesa.
M-Pesa.
Kuna tunaweka doko M-Pesa.
Okay.
And I think within the M-Pesa kuna product nito M-Shwari.
M-Shwari, yeah. That's
So there is M-Pesa, there is M-Shwari. There is bank account.
Yes.
Then we have SACCOS.
SACCOS, yeah.
I think those are the areas zenye mtu anaweza save for now.
For now.
Yes, ama kuna yenye nimesahau.
What if we say about money markets?
Money market. I will come into that. No, money market, bills, bonds, hizo zina fall under investments.
Under investments.
Yes, but nakwambia why you should save in a money market fund and like a bank account.
Okay.
Yes, nimeanza na the traditional zenye we are used to it.
Access, yeah.
Exactly.
Very true.
So what are the advantages of either M-Shwari ama bank? The basic advantage ni you're able to set funds aside zenye unaweza access in the near future ama at a later date, right?
Very true.
But in that process of setting funds aside, there's something which a person loses, the purchasing power. And another, inflation. Bei ya mkate sasa ni ngapi?
Sai bei ya mkate ni 60 for a piece, I think 500 grams. Yeah, it's
60 bob,
60
right?
bob, yeah.
60 bob. 2 years ago mkate ilikuwa how much?
2 years ago mkate ilikuwa, I think it was ranging between 40 to 50.
Toa kadi na 50.
Let's do it 50, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a time ungepatiwa 100 bob, ungebuy maziwa ya 50 na mkate ya 50.
50, yeah. Very true. Actually,
right now ukipatiwa 100 bob, utakuja na kitu moja.
Very true.
Either kuja na mkate ama kuja na maziwa.
Very true.
Because sasa kubuy mkate na maziwa you need 120.
Yeah.
So if a person had 100 bob in the bank account ama kwa M-Shwari, and then say enda withdraw. 2 years ago angeenda withdraw that 100 bob, angeenda kwa duka na buy mkate na maziwa. Seki withdraw tobe mkate na maziwa.
You either take the bread or the milk.
So there is that loss of the purchasing power. And how is it lost? Because of inflation, and inflation has to happen in any economy. I think tukigrow tulikuwa tunaambiwa wazito tulikuwa tunaambiwa walikuwa wanabuy hadi mkate sijui 2 bob 5 bob. Unashangaa in what economy mkate ulikuwa unabuyiwa 5 bob, but it used to happen. And years to come mkate itakuwa so.
Very true.
Unaona?
With the current regime iko
naturally it happens.
Yeah.
In any government, prices will continue increasing.
Okay.
That is inflation. So the biggest disadvantage of having your funds either in M-Shwari or in a bank account, they're just lying idle. So in the long run, lose a portion of your value.
Very true.
And besides that, definitely kuna operating costs za kurun account.
Lazima zitachajiwa.
Lazima itachajiwa.
Yes.
So that's the biggest disadvantage.
That's the biggest disadvantage of putting money in a bank account or M-Pesa or M-Shwari.
Exactly.
M-Shwari, for M-Shwari, I really don't know about how it works. But I think it's kind of money multiplies. I don't know. I'll go and confirm after this.
Definitely, I think kuna nyonekanga pesa wanailock, siji ni fixed lock.
Yeah, fixed lock.
And then you can withdraw after an X number of weeks or months, I'm not sure. And then you earn a negligible amount of interest.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think hiyo ndio the biggest disadvantage of a bank account.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I think we are done with that, because advantages tashinda nikiongelea ni ile to setting aside funds for future use. When it comes to a SACCO, and I will take this opportunity to explain the difference between a SACCO and a bank.
Okay.
The key business of a SACCO is savings and lending out money to its member.
Okay.
So what is the advantage of joining a SACCO? Number one, accessibility to credit. If you're a member of a certain SACCO, and within that SACCO you know people and they can be your guarantors, then if you have 50k, you take a loan, they can give you ×3.
So accessibility to credit, you mean taking loans?
Yes.
Okay, I had to clarify so that our viewer can understand this.
Yes.
Not everyone knows that. So you would really advise somebody to put money in the SACCO so that you can access credits. What if mtu aingie, let's have been saving in a SACCO for almost the last 4 months. Nimekuwa nikiweka 10,000. Then it happens this SACCO, I don't know anyone. Do I still get the credit?
So it's coming to the disadvantage. Actually it's the disadvantage. So the good side ni you're able to access credit 3 times of your savings.
3 times of your savings. So
which doesn't happen with local banks.
Oh, very true, very true.
You may get.
Yeah.
Local bank ndio upatiwe do, you have to have an existing business
that's running.
Your ability to pay, they will literally check your ability to pay by all factors constant. Unaona?
Okay.
In a SACCO hiyo ndio the good thing. I know you know me, so I can decide to be your guarantor
based on trust.
Okay. So if you have a project you're undertaking, unataka 100 Gs na SACCO kona 30 Gs, then if you have friends who can guarantee you, utapata the 100 Gs. So the question is, what if you don't know anyone in the SACCO?
Yeah.
So with SACCOs, that's where guarantors they are needed. SACCO inanga do yake.
Oh, okay. It's a pool of investors.
Yes. Okay, join SACCO and here in church you have a SACCO, Vision Beyond Vision SACCO. Okay, join SACCO atakulisha their registration 1,000, right?
Yes.
5,000 itakuwa, na sasa natumia example ya yetu. 5,000 itakuwa ni do ya share capital.
Share capital, yeah, very true.
And the rest ni savings zako. So if all members of a SACCO decide to withdraw their savings, SACCO itabaki na nini? Share capital. Unlike a bank where there are investors. So say banks, unaona every year or declare dividends.
Yeah.
Hadi kama uko na account any bank na wewe si shareholder, hakuna
unapewa. Very true.
You are not a shareholder. You are just a normal customer. So bank ndio hadi operate into a bank, kuna stock ya do lazima wakuwe nayo. That's the difference. So for a sacco we need guarantors. If there are no guarantors, then you should have a piece of property
So you can
that can secure your loan.
Okay.
Yes. But for starters, up on the biggest challenge. That's why it's good when joining a sacco, at least identify people whom you can walk this journey with. Unaona?
Yes.
Mumoke pamoja.
Very true.
Right? So kama ni kusave, mnashikana pamoja, mnaanza kusave. Inakuwa ni kama hizi chama zenye wamama hufanya, right? So nyinyi mnashikana pamoja, mnaanza kuwekana joto ya kusave. 2 years down the line mtakuwa accumulate do poa.
Yes.
So if one of you in the group atake do, it's easier kupata guarantors.
Very true. That's
Yes.
a good idea.
Yes.
So you guys can take an idea from Mr. Paul, and it's quite a good idea. I'll try it with my friends.
Yeah.
So the next topic or the next item we were to counter was tumeongelea M-Pesa, sacco.
Tumeongelea banks. I think hizo ndio the key things, but before we go to money market, julikuwa umeileta.
Yes.
Another good advantage of a sacco ni you are a member of that sacco, you are a shareholder. That's when joining a sacco utambuto share capital. What does it mean? It means at the end of every financial year, once audited books are read to members, kuna return utapata. So mtu mwenye ako na do kwa sacco, at the end of the year kuna return anapata, unlike mtu mwenye ako na do kwa bank. So nikaweka 100 G zangu kwa bank, after near down the line zitakuwa 100 G, unaona? But nikiweka kwa sacco, at least
itakuwa na extra something.
Kuna an extra interest napata. So interest zinakujanga in two kinds. There is what we refer to dividends. Yes, I think dividends zinajulikana sana na SACCOs.
Zinajulikana sana.
Zinajulikana sana time ya AGM. Ukitana AGM bila kupeana dividend.
Inakuanga shida.
Inakuanga bala.
Yeah.
Because members look forward to
Dividends. Very
so
true.
dividends inapeanangwa based na share capital.
So share capital, not the savings.
Not the savings. Okay. But many people mistake hizo vitu mbili.
Okay.
So dividend inapeanwa based on share capital. And then the second component ni your interest on savings. So for instance, in our sacco, every member minimum share capital ni 5K.
Yeah.
So if we declare an 11% rate of return on dividends, 99% of our members watapata an equal amount, juu wote wako na 5K. But when it comes to the saving side, watu wamesave differently. Kuna mwenye ako na 50 Gs, kuna mwenye ako na 200 Gs. Yeah. So if you declare 8% return on savings, huyo wa 50 Gs atapata a less amount than ule wa 200. Yes. So hizo mbili zikombiniwa ndio members upatiwa as return.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice one. Nice one. So yeah, let's go to the next thing.
Yes. I think tumeongelea advantages za sacco na the biggest disadvantage ya sacco ni time ya guarantors. And then for a person mwenye anataka maybe some financial discipline, it's good to join a sacco. Maybe I should mention this. Like right now mtu mwenye ako na bank account anaweza enda kwa account yake, aende hadi kwa ATM na withdraw do yake yote.
Very true.
Na ataulizwa na mtu yote, right?
Yeah.
But mtu mwenye ako kwa sacco, that doesn't happen. With most SACCOs, isipokuwa these big SACCOs, with most SACCOs, savings zako, the only time utazi access either via loan, so you can take loan against your savings. If I have 100 Gs na nimepata need ya 50K, I can go and take a loan of 50K. But sizi toa those funds nisitumie.
Very true.
But when it comes to a situation where you feel you don't want to continue being a member of a SACCO, you usually do a letter, and then there's a waiting period for SACCOs, could be 60 days. They shall refund or your savings. Savings zako utarudishiwa zote. Pesa urudishiwangi ni registration, hairudishangwe. Pesa yenye it's non-refundable but it is transferable, ni pesa ya shares. Yes, same case with shareholders of banks ama of Safaricom.
Yeah, very true.
If you want to sell your shares, always enda kwa Safaricom. Utaenda wapi? Nairobi Securities Exchange.
Very true.
You sell to another person. So same thing with a SACCO, your shares can be transferred to another member.
Okay.
Yes. I think to me exhaust, but I think currently if we compare cost of borrowing, because at the end of the day there is what we refer to as cost of.
Actually, I was to ask about that question about interests.
So
on the interest, for example, let's say there's a young guy there anataka to take a mortgage from, let's say, from a bank and a SACCO. Which one would you recommend him to?
The SACCO. Why?
SACCO, why?
I think for the last few months, umesikianga central banks of countries wanaongeza rates of interest.
Yeah,
beginning from the states hadi hapa kwetu locally Kenya.
Yeah.
So if CBK rate of borrowing ni 10%, a local bank wataongeza certain percentage, wanaongeza hadi 4%. Umeget? So the market rate cost of borrowing from a bank iko dependent on the prevailing circumstances in the economy.
Country. Yeah.
Umeget? So cost of credit by any chances for a bank inakuanga higher than for a SACCO. For a SACCO ni 12%.
It's 12%. It's
Yes.
normally 12% all over.
Yes.
Okay.
12%.
That's
Most
interesting.
SACCOs, their rate of interest is 12%.
12%.
Why? This SACCO is owned by members. So ni 12%. Iko dictated by CBK rates. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that topic is well covered. We can move on to money markets.
Money markets.
Yeah.
Exactly. So under investments, kuna various avenues. Definitely the first and the most common one for any person mwenye hadi anafaa kuwa na hiyo account sign ya money market account. So we have money market, we do have bills and treasury bonds.
Treasury bonds.
Yes. So what is a money market? A money market, it's a product offered by insurance companies.
Okay.
How does it operate? Every now and then, government will make internal borrowing. Besides Gava kukopa pesa China and IMF, it borrows money locally.
Locally, yeah, very true.
Right?
Yeah.
Where does these funds come from? They come from people with extra funds
Which
that
they
they can loan to the government.
Very true.
So napata mtu ako na 1 million, ako na 500 Gs. Gava inataka maybe 10 billion. So mtu mwenye ako na 1 million, it's easier ye kuloan to the bank.
Loan to the bank.
To CBK rather ama to the Gava, umeget.
Yeah.
So borrowings by government iko classified into two. Kuna bills na kuna bonds. Bills ni short term credit.
Short term credit.
Yes. It doesn't go more than a year, 365 days.
Oh, it's the government asking loans from that's for a short time.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So government nataka 10 billion. Leo si ni January. Nataka 10 billion this January. And then by December itakuwa imerudisha.
Okay.
Kuna bills za 180 days, za 90 days, na za 360 days.
And what are their returns? Could you be knowing the interest of returns?
Returns inakuanga could be 10%, could be 9%.
So 9% it means that mtu akiekelea 100k yake inakuja na extra 9,000 juu ama 10,000 depending on the percentage.
Exactly.
Okay.
So pia ina depend na rates za CBK.
Okay.
Kuna time hadi bonds za gava zilikuwa zinachezea 15%, 17%.
I remember that season.
Nakumbuka hiyo season?
Nakumbuka hiyo season.
Exactly. So mtu mwenye aliinvest kwa gava 100 Gs, at the end of the year every year na collect how much? 17k.
17,000. That's good money by the way.
Oh my God.
Good money, yeah.
So hiyo ni bill. Bill na bond ni the same. The only difference ni duration. When it comes to bond, it's a long term loan.
It's a long term loan.
Bond is ended for 5 years.
5 years, 10
even
years.
10 years.
hata 20.
Hadi kupata kuna hizo zinaitangwa infrastructure bonds. They can go for 15 years.
15 years.
And they are tax free.
Tax free.
Yes. So shida with the bonds, because it's an income, gava lazima ifanye nini? Iko tax. So zinakujanga na ni tax ya 5%. Tax rate siko sure, but zinakujanga na tax. But infrastructure bonds zinakuanga free.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no.
But no, the disadvantage ni kwa mtu mwenye anaanza maisha.
Okay.
Uombe kopesha gava 200 inaweza kuwa changamoto.
Inaweza kuwa changamoto because kutoa pesa ni ngori.
Exactly. Unaona? And then maybe kwa accumulate hii do yote upatie gava ni challenge.
Challenge, very true.
So that is where money market comes in. So money market ina collect your 10k, your 5k, your 80k, inazi accumulate pamoja, ina invest on your behalf to the government.
Okay.
Inaweza nunua bills, inaweza nunua bonds.
So money market comes in like a middleman.
Exactly.
So they are just here to facilitate you with your little cash,
yes,
so that you can be able to purchase the bonds of the government.
Yes.
But when you need your money, you can still get it out.
Exactly. So you know, the good the biggest advantage of a money market account.
Okay.
If you open a money market account, maybe umekwanga ukisave, and good thing ni you earn interest on a daily basis.
Okay.
But inakuwa credited at the end of the month.
At the end of the month.
Get. So each day kuna an interest to earn, an interest to earn. At the end of the month, the accumulation of all those interest itaekwa kwa account, kwa your account as a single cumulative figure. Okay. If uko na money market account right now, and then maybe upate an urgent need of maybe umesave uko 100 Gs, but an urgent need of 50 Gs. You can withdraw your funds, and the waiting period is between 2 and 4 working days.
2 and 4 working days.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite convenient.
Yes.
Yeah, ni convenient because ikikuja kwa sako nimesikia ni 80 or 80 days, 90 days, which can be tricky sana.
Exactly. And then sasa shida ya sako, actually every product itakuwa na its own advantages na disadvantages. So the biggest advantage ya money market ni your funds, they are getting an interest.
Okay.
Hadi wakikupatia rate ya 8% ama 9%. The current inflation rate right now, I think should be 4 ama 5%.
Okay.
Rate of inflation. So that means tukichukua person A aliweka do yake kwa bank, ania later aliweka 100 Gs, ania later atazipata zikiwa 100 Gs. Si ni kweli?
Very true.
Person B akachukua 100 Gs zake, asiweka kwa money market. Ania later apatiwe rate ya 9%, atakuwa na an extra 9,000.
So his money doesn't lose.
So atapata 109. If inflation rate ni 5% na amepatiwa rate ya 9% as return, amegain ama hajagain? Amegain 4%.
Yeah, 4%.
So already purchasing power yake ijakuwa eroded, imebaki iko intact, na amepata an extra from what he had, an extra of purchasing power.
Very true.
That's the biggest difference between a money market and a bank account, of which do yenye umeweka kwa bank account, kangi do kwa bank account unaitoa instantly. Sini kweli? Most cases unawekanga do kwa bank account ukijua maybe after
a certain period I'll just remove
nitatoa hii do. Why don't you put those funds in a money market account, gain some interest, tukamutoe?
Very true.
Yes.
Okay, nice one. This conversation seems to be interesting sana.
Yeah.
So for now, the question is this. For our young people here, I think most of them would really like to know about money markets, and sana we can't mention most of the companies because we'll be promoting them. And okay. Kapos. You went a blank. Yeah, so Mr. Paul, I would really like you to explain to us, how do you open these money markets accounts and bonds? Let's say money market. Tueleze na markets because tunaongelelea my youth sana hapa on this platform.
Okay. Good thing with the current age we are, everything is online.
Yeah.
You don't need to walk to any insurance firm ndio ufungue money market account.
Very true.
You just submit your details online.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait for around 3 to 5 working days.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a member number,
Okay.
and from there na transact via PayBill. It's simple as that. And amongst insurance firms zenye at least ziko common to everyone, we have CIC,
CSC.
we have Britam, we have Jubilee, there's ICA Lion.
CSC line.
Yes, at least kuna a handful of insurances zenye at least they offer these services.
Okay.
Yes. Regarding bills and bonds,
Okay.
you need to open a CDS account. That account is opened at CBK, Central Bank of Kenya. Fortunately, you can also register online. A while ago, lazima ungeenda CBK. You fill the form hapo and everything, but nowadays that can happen online.
Okay.
Yes.
Due to time conference, we might come to the end of this episode at the moment. And guys, we'll say bye today. Join us in the next episode as we talk about more about finances and everything in between.